defensive line that looks like they're pretty good.
Yeah, very good, very talented. We're excited about the opportunity. This game definitely has a BCS type feel to it. I think it'll probably be, if not the biggest non-BCS game, the biggest non-BCS game.
What about the whole physical brand of football thing? You guys have shown you can play this year, but I mean, I guess you'll get as good of a test out of these guys as anyone you played this year.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for us. You know, they're a national contender each and every year. So for us to kind of go out and prove to everybody that we are who we say we are, you know, these are the games we need to win, and to be able to put ourselves on that consistent basis.
These guys have really been on a big stage. Think about it, you know, last year, the 2 games against Alabama, I mean, they could have been national champs last year. This year, their game against Alabama, probably as big as any. I mean, is it almost kind of more interesting, I guess, getting ready for a team like that because you know what level they've been playing at?
Well, we know we're going to have to prepare the best we've ever prepared and play one of our better games to compete with these guys. It's a great opportunity for us, and as I mentioned, for us to become the consistent program contender each and every year that we're trying to become, we need to win these games.
Dalton, how similar is the 09 season compared to this one, the way the regular season's ended?
I don't think it's similar at all. You know, it's a totally different team and a lot of different guys and chemistry makeup that just nothing about this feels similar at all.
I'm talking about that from the basis where you seniors in that senior class had to, you know, kind of keep the team positive, you know, and keep them focused on the bowl game and the task at hand.
Yeah, I still don't think that's anything close to what we experienced then. You know, it's a 1-game season, and unfortunately we didn't end the way we wanted to end, but we still had a great year, 10-2. That year, you know, we were kind of up and down. We went on the stretch where we won several games in a row, but you know, we were just trying to hold on, and you know, we've completely changed things since then. So
do you feel like the one loss to South Carolina is sort of giving off a false perception that somehow y'all are still an inconsistent program?
No, not at all. I mean, I think that we are becoming a more consistent program. That's obvious if you look back at our track record, especially over the past 2 years. But to get to where we want to be, national contenders such as LSU and Alabama and the teams like that are in the mix each and every year, we need to win games like this to get on that level.
Y'all probably knew you were most likely headed for the Chick-fil-A, you know, sort of all week. But then there was a lot of movement with who you might play. Were you pretty excited to see who it turned out to be?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is a great opportunity for us as an offensive line as well as a whole team to really just kind of see where we stand as a unit and as a program. And I think it's just going to be a great opportunity for everybody involved.
Y'all have played some pretty good defensive lines, Florida State, South Carolina. How did these guys sort of match up with those teams?
Yeah, very similar. You know, they don't have anybody on their team that doesn't raise an eyebrow, and you know, it's just a national contender team. They're 1 or 2 games away from playing for the whole dance, just as we are. So it's going to be a great opportunity for us.
Do they tend to be a 4-man rush team and not blitz a lot of guys, kind of like what South Carolina did, or do they tend, from what you've seen, to throw a lot of guys at you?
They'll do a little bit of everything. You know, I think they kind of believe they can blitz and play a man on the outside because they're that talented. But at the same time, they'll drop and believe their guys up front can beat you at one-on-one matchup. So, you know, just a great team with a lot of talent, someone to put a lot of time into.
Almost 4 weeks until the game from today. Any chance or any difficulty you anticipate in keeping everybody focused on the goal? Be easy to lose some folks along that way.
No, we had last week off, and we started working out and running again yesterday, and it was a great energy. I was very proud of the way the guys came back to work. We're going to have this week, and then we have exams the next week, and then it's all football. So once we can kind of get through this grind of finals and exams, people forget we're student athletes, and we have to take care of the student side of things first. But once we get through that, I think everybody's going to be, you know, fired up and ready for this one.
Sometimes the seniors create the issues because minds start to think ahead beyond the bowl game. Any, without pointing out people, do you see that possibly happening here?
Not at all. You know, just I have seen that in years past, but again, this is a completely different team, and I'm so proud of the way our guys come to work each and every day. It's a totally different mindset. We don't have any of the whiners and complainers that we used to have, and that was contagious. And now that we've gotten those guys out of the program, we're starting to filter in the right guys. Coach Winney's guys that he's recruiting. You know, it's just been a big addition to our staff and our players.
obviously that might have been a problem in years past. I mean, the whiners and complainers, you said, is that something you could see affected bowl preparation in particular?
I don't know about that. You know, definitely off-season workouts and things. I mean, let's face it, nothing we do is much fun except playing on Saturdays. The school, the tutors, to the workouts, the running, the practicing. I mean, nothing we do is a lot of fun except, you know, performing on Saturdays. So it's hard to stay positive. But when you surround yourself with the guys that are dedicated and that see the light at the end of the tunnel, then everybody's a lot more, you know, able to go out there and perform the best their ability.
What do you attribute the protection breakdowns against South Carolina? I think you ended allowing just 20 sacks all season, 6 against South Carolina. Were there just some physical mismatches? Were there scheme breakdowns? What do you attribute those to?
Yeah, there was some physical things. We did simply get beat a couple times. There's also a couple times where Todd would roll, and you know, Clowney got a couple sacks, but it was actually kind of credited to our right tackle. It wasn't even on the same side. It was because our right tackle on the right end had kind of moved and ran into our left tackle, and then it caused Clowney to free up. You know, it's just a game, and you know, things like that happen. And then, you know, we got down and we had to start pressing a little bit. Probably pressed a little bit too early, but they were able to just pin their ears back and start rushing the passer, which is what they're pretty good at. I think if we were able to kind of keep the momentum, keep the lead, and you know, really stop them on that critical third down, you know, a lot of that would have changed.
Are you familiar with Sam Montgomery at all?
Yeah, played down at Greenwood High School. I thought we had a shot to get him here, but he's a heck of a player down at LSU. I think we've had a couple guys play against him in high school and speak very highly of him, so it'd be another great opportunity for us.
That's not the guy you'll probably end up blocking, though, if you tackle and they play a 4-man front.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they'll do some stunts and stuff, and you know, he's not quite the hybrid that Clowney was, where he'd line up inside and do all kinds of different stuff. They would put Clowney at linebacker, but he will mix around a little bit. But yeah, I probably won't get my hands on him much.
How about the ACC, SEC dynamic here? Is there like something to prove against what people regard as the nation's top conference?
Well, I think it's another great opportunity just for college football fans, because I think that's who really enjoys the matchup more than anybody in the particular conference, because it's two of the premier leagues facing each other. And, you know, they're the best conference in college football. They have been the past several years. And I think it's just for us to become that type of conference, and for us to kind of get some of the monkeys off our back, we need to win games like this.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dalton.
That was natural.
No.